Good afternoon, everyone. Alex Savoie for Discovery of Wine. So yesterday, I told you I would talk to you about the importance of the vintages. So basically, the importance of the year the wine was harvested. If we take the example from what we had yesterday to illustrate what I have to say. So basically, 2007 Châteauneuf du Pape, supposed to be exceptional. Many people say the best they've seen in the last 20, 30 years, something like that. So definitely worth to seek out those wines. But my point goes a little bit further than that. If you, let's say you take 2007, really well rated, but those wines are accessible very young. They're accessible now, they're good to drink right now. They might evolve a little bit through time, but they're not wines that will necessarily keep for 20, 30 years. Obviously the exceptional domains, yes, but most of them are not wines that will be built for that, because the tannin structure is not necessarily there and the acidity is not very high in these wines. These are very fruit forward wines, and so very good right now, very good probably for the next 10, 15 years for most of them, but not necessarily the wines that you want to buy to keep forever. Now, that being said, my point regarding that is that 2005 was very well rated too for Southern Rhône. Not quite as well as 2007, but the 2005s are still very tannic today. So they're not easily drinkable today. However, they will probably last a longer time. But the overall quality is not the same as 2007. So basically the point is, if you have if you want to buy wines from Southern Rhône that you will want to keep for 30 plus years for whatever reason, or let's say 20 plus years, then maybe 2005 is a better bet. If you want wines that will be accessible from now to the next 10 years of generally better overall quality, according to the experts, 2007 might be a better year. So even within the rating, it's not necessarily just the rating that you can look at, but the different aspects and the type of summer that they had that leads the experts to conclude that these wines are very tannic and acidic, so they might last a long time, or these wines very good overall quality, but they're good right now. So that's the difference. 2005, 2007 Southern Rhône. Now, even in a bad vintage, you can find domains that make a great wine, and usually the really highly rated domains are sometimes out of price, but in a bad vintage or a not so good one, the prices might drop a little bit. So it might be your chance to get a discount on some of these bottles that you can't normally get. So I'm not saying don't buy wines from vintages that are not as well rated as the top vintages. I'm saying is general overall idea. You will find mostly good wines when the vintage is supposed to be exceptional. Now, the best tool to look at all this is probably the Robert Parker Vintage Chart, which I'll link up right below, right here. You can click on it, it'll lead you to the page, you can download it, and then you can use it. If you're going to print it out in color, because the colors mean something. It's probably the best one I've seen, and most people I've talked to think it's the best one they've seen as well. It's very complete and a lot of useful information. Now, I wouldn't recommend trying to learn that by heart, but maybe the one or two regions that you really like wines from, maybe try and see which vintages are well rated, so that when you go shopping for your wine, you have an idea, oh, okay, in my region 2004 was really good, so maybe I should try and look for 2004s, and so on and so on. So basically, vintage is not everything, but it'll certainly help you. When you have a great vintage, you can buy from almost any producer and you'll find something of good quality. And so that's why I was telling you yesterday to seek out the 2007's Southern Rhônes. And so that's about it about the vintages, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good evening.